testing standards.
I totally understand the demands on the teacher in terms of presenting information and having to have a lot of content, especially under the demands of standardized testing that's coming. The scientists have developed national science standards that the country has adopted. They were developed by a group of scientists.
Cover of National Science Standards publication is shown.
They cover all the science areas. And in the life sciences, the threads include ecology, understanding about cells, understanding about the human body, and others. And most states now are, in fact, testing students at certain points along the way, usually at least once in elementary school, and in some states, it's becoming a requirement to pass an exit test in the sciences in order to receive a high school diploma. So one of the things that you notice as you look at these standardized tests that have been developed and which are based on what people are teaching.
Video of teacher and students with cell model. Also, taxidermied bird.
They're not using three-dimensional models. They don't give you a bird and ask you to talk about its beak or its claws.
Page of a standardized test with drawings of cells is shown and compared with the corresponding page containing raised line drawings and questions in Braille.
They'll give you a drawing, a flat drawing, and for a student who is visually impaired, that drawing would be translated into a raised line drawing.
The cover of a Braille biology test book is shown. The inside pages contain a two-dimensional illustration of cells and the corresponding raised line drawings with questions in Braille.
And the information about that drawing would be provided in Braille, describing what was there. And a student then needs to move as they become older from interpreting a three-dimensional bird to seeing a diagram of a bird on paper and being to understand the symbolic meaning of that. And this is not easy.
A cell drawing in a textbook is shown with a similar depiction of a raised line illustration with Braille text.
And a well-designed graphic is very important. Teachers, the visually impaired, are trained to create tactile graphics that will be meaningful and can be interpreted clearly by their students. So the public school teacher can ask assistance from the teacher of the visually impaired and know ahead of time what questions might be asked just based on the curriculum. Very often we look at previous year's tests and sort of see, what did they ask last year? What kinds of things might we expect? But generally it's the things that are the most important parts in the standards.